over and bloop, bloop, bloop. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. It's 6. Well, at least we know it is. The watch don't yet. How everybody doing this morning? Give me 1 second. Woo! Yeah, you know this is the startup time. Trump fires the lead prosecutor in Epstein and Maxwell case. Ha, it's Friday, y'all. I figured I'd turn up. We got a few minutes more to go. Let's do what we got to do. Any second now, y'all know what we're doing. We got the camera, we got lights, and now we're about to get to some action. Bling, bling, bling. Anytime you're ready, bling, bling, bling. Anytime you want to go, bling, bling, bling. Try this side, bling, bling, bling. One more time, let's go, bling, bling, bling. You want the orb? Bling, bling, bling. Come on, y'all help me out. Bling, bling, bling. Maybe he wants all of us. Let's try it all together. All together now. Let's go. Yeah. And woof, 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 woof. Oh boy. Oh, I got a lot to do this morning because I was tired. I ain't even gonna hold you. You know why? Because I got it bad. When you know it's wrong, hang up and then you call right back. I got it bad. When you miss a day without your friend, you hope. If it, y'all know why I'm amped up, right? Because if pump that B. It's Friday the 18th. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, BOOGOTTINYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that, and that, and this, and this, and that, and that. Where we be talking about this and that, and that, and this, and this, and that. Just got me lit. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing this morning? It is Friday. Yes, it's the 18th. I finally figured it out. You know, when you really don't get that much sleep, days come and go, and you really don't even remember or know what day it is. So yes, y'all, it is Friday. Y'all, we made it to the weekend. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day under the sound of my voice. This is our bottom line. How we always say it like this. We always say, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter, that y'all came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So let's see who's here. We got Liberty and Justice up in here. Good morning, Liberty. We got Rebecca Lanyan Bueno. Good morning from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Who else we got? We got Batty Lynn up in the building from Detroit. You know, she's got her coffee or her tea. Who else we got up in here? We got Mark Dorfman. And saying good morning to Batty Lynn and Rebecca. We got Erica Frazier Oliver. That's right. Good morning to you too as well, Erica. Thank you so much. Batty Lynn, how you doing this morning? What's going on? Sky says hi. Past P says hi. Everybody up in the building. I know what y'all ready to do. Y'all ready to get busy. I got a full clip as I always do, and I got a lot of work to get into. But before we do that, let's make sure we got everything right. We got lights, we got camera. Let's get to the action. So what we're gonna do right now without any further ado, because it is 6 o'clock, it's time to get to work. I like to get to work before I ask for likes, before I ask you guys for any of the tips or the super chats or whatever like that. So let me do exactly that. How we do it? Got the full clip ready to go, and let's get into these titles. What do we have this morning? We have Trump fires the lead prosecutor in the Epstein and Maxwell case. That would be Maureen Comey, who is the daughter of who? James Comey. We have the full clip. We're going to keep on moving forward. What else do we have? Representative Dan Goldman subpoenas. That's right. He subpoenas Pam Bondi over the Epstein files, you guys. You guys see it right there. The Epstein files is basically subpoenaing them over the Epstein files, wants full transparency and wants to know what's going on. The same way you guys want to know, everybody else wants to know too. So now the representative has now subpoenaed Pam Bondi. Let's keep on going forward. Last but not least, we've got the Phoenix taco shop owner who's accused of smuggling migrants, now in federal custody. That's right, Phoenix. You guys got a lot to answer to. We got full clips. So let's get right into this as we have some back and forth updated information when it comes down to Gavin Newsom and Trump trading jabs when it comes down to pulling the rail project funding. Trump is basically saying that Gavin Newsom never delivered on his promise when it came down to the rail system. So basically, you know what? Snatched $4 billion away from the project. We're going to get into that, and then we have so much more to get into. You guys do me a favor. As we always say here, we like to know what time it is, where you are, as well as let me know what city, state, or country you're chiming in from. We love to go there and try to get the content to bring it directly to you.
President Trump pulling $4 billion in federal funding for California's high-speed rail project. The president saying, quote, this boondoggle led by the incompetent governor of California, Gavin Newsom, his words, not mine, has cost taxpayers hundreds of billions of dollars, and we have received nothing in return except cost overruns. The railroad we were promised still does not exist and never will. This project was severely overpriced, overregulated, and never delivered. Katie Zachariah is a Republican strategist, attorney, and the senior advisor for Fix California. She joins me now. Great to have you on the program, Katie. Look, this project has been an absolute disaster from the start. It was happening when I was in California like 9 trillion years ago. Your reaction to Trump shutting down the money spigot?
It's absolutely necessary. Look, it's been 16 years since Gavin Newsom set out, or since California set out on this, and it was supposed to be 800 miles. Now it's 161. It was supposed to be LA to San Francisco. Now it's Merced to Bakersfield, which nobody will take. And so Gavin Newsom has shown clearly he cannot save money, spend money well, or use the money he's been given in a way that's effective for the California citizens or American citizens. It's a waste of tax dollars.
Of course, Gavin Newsom responding, saying the following, quote, Trump wants to hurt hand China the future and abandon the Central Valley. We won't let him. With projects like the Texas high-speed rail failing to take off, we are miles ahead of others. We're now in the track-laying phase in building America's only high-speed rail. California is putting all options on the table to fight this illegal action. But Newsom himself announced there was no path forward on this train all the way back in 2019. So why is he fighting so hard to complete this very, very tiny section of rail in...
Okay, that's enough because we're only talking about a train. We got to get to some more important stuff. Let's go on over to Shifty, low down, gritty, and grimy. We want to know what our president directly from the horse's mouth, Adam Schiff, basically evades key points in mortgage fraud, says the Senator Johnson. He's not a fan, basically. So we want to know basically what's the president's take on Adam Schiff and the situations that we spoke about yesterday. You guys remember that with the mortgage alleged fraud to try to get lowered rates? We got some gaggle directly from the president.
When you say that you want Adam Schiff brought to justice,
I would love to see him brought to justice.
is that deal?
I'll tell you what, I think Adam Schiff is one of the lowest of the low. I would love to see him brought to justice. He is a dishonest, crooked guy. I don't know about the individual charge, if that even happens, but Adam Schiff is a serious lowlife.
President Trump is targeting Democrat Senator Adam Schiff over possible mortgage fraud. Fox obtained a criminal referral sent to the Justice Department from the Federal Housing Finance Agency director. It cites actions that look like fraud. The allegation, Mr. Schiff appears to have falsified records to get a favorable loan rate. Federal housing investigators found Schiff engaged in a sustained pattern of possible occupancy misrepresentation on 5 Fannie Mae loans. They involve 2 homes owned by Schiff, one in California, one in Maryland. Schiff signed an affidavit in 2011 certifying the Maryland house as his primary residence. However, he was a California congressman at the time. Schiff responded to President Trump's attack.
So the president today is accusing me of fraud, and the basis of his accusation is that I own a home in Maryland and I own a home in California. Big surprise. Members of Congress, almost all of them own more than one home or rent more than one home because we're required to be on both coasts. So he is using my ownership of two homes to make a false claim of mortgage fraud.
Maybe he didn't read the affidavit or the charging form against him. That's not why he's in trouble. He's in trouble for using one residence over the other to get a lower loan rate. Knowing that that was wrong, well, we'll have to find out if that's what he knew or didn't know, but that's what he did. This from a former federal prosecutor.
You can't claim residency in both California and Maryland. So he's got a lot of issues because it seems like however this breaks down, it looks like he's saying one thing here, one thing there. He can't be a resident of both places. So it's either was he lying in California or lying in Maryland to get more favorable loan terms.
Him, Tish James, everybody. Seems like once, they did the same thing to Trump. Now I see he's like, yeah, so y'all did that to me. I'm coming for y'all now. Come on, let me get this back up here. Don't know how that disappeared. Come on, let's go. Let's get back up. Let's get back up there because we got to keep on going because I got 5 on it. And then I come to the comments. I owe y'all 3 more. So now we got to go over to Justin. Who's this? Justin James Comey's daughter. James Comey's daughter has been fired by the Department of Justice. Wonder why, huh? She was the one that was basically covering the Epstein case. We're gonna keep on moving forward, you guys. She was doing the, this right here, the lead prosecutor in the Epstein and Maxwell case. We're not playing, we're getting right to it. We're gonna go right there, but the daughter has been fired from her position.
News alert, this has been a bad few-week stretch for Jim Comey's daughter.
Yeah, let's take this commercial. Let's go. All right. Skippity-doo. Boom, let's go.
She was just fired by the DOJ. She's known for a couple things. She just lost the Diddy case, of course, and she was Jeffrey Epstein's prosecutor. So the daughter of the former FBI director, James Comey, she's a veteran federal prosecutor, worked on these cases. Maureen Comey is fired. So this is sending tongues a-wagging as the internet personalities and others, and this show has asked questions about what happened with the files, why did we overpromise and underdeliver? But the president has made his opinion on this very clear over the last couple of days.
Well, you guys
We're going to continue to cover this. And we also have big developments in the Biden cover-up, not exactly a household name, but inside the Beltway. They dubbed him Dr. Jill's work husband. Anthony Bernal appeared today before the House Oversight Committee. This is what went down.
Did you ever advise President Joe Biden to pardon his son, Hunter Biden?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution.
I plead the Fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, Fifth. Remember that, y'all, from Chappelle's show? I plead the Fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, Fifth. Y'all do me a favor, double tap that screen if y'all appreciate the content that y'all getting so far. It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC. I owe you 3 more, but we stacking the deck real nice right now. Thank you for the compliments and saying, look, I'm about to go to the jazz club and be like, boom, ba ba, boom, ba ba, boom, ba ba, boom, ba ba, boom. Somebody said I look like one of the spinners of the OJs. Let's keep it going, y'all. Let's keep it going.
Is President Joe Biden fit to exercise the duties of the president?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question.
Did President Joe Biden ever instruct you to lie regarding his health at any time, including but not limited in your testimony to Congress today?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question.
Now, why would Bernal not want to share his brilliant insights and memories of all the great work Joe Biden did? Here with me on a take on this and this latest news about...
No, that was an extra tidbit. We're going to get into that, but we really came there to talk about the daughter being fired, and we did a little bit of overlay. Plus, we did a little OJs and the spinners, so I forgot a little bit. I owe you guys 3 more, and let's get into it. Now we got Elon Musk, who's going to be stirring up the Epstein pot with some powerful people wanted on that list. Isn't that crazy that they're trying to suppress this list, is what he is saying. I love the way that the other reporter said that, because he read one of Trump's statements and he says, that coming from him, not from me. That's what I want you guys to understand. It's coming from them, not from us. We're reading what's going on here. Don't get mad at the messenger. Don't kill the messenger now, man. Let's go ahead and move forward because now we got to get into this Elon Musk as he's stirring up this pot right here. Let's go.
From New York, I'm Chris Hayes. No one in my lifetime has been better than Donald Trump at changing the subject, dictating the news cycle, wiping things from our collective memory. Remember we bombed Iran like 2 weeks ago? Whatever else you could say about him, the man has always been extremely adept at getting the news coverage he wants, or at least about the topics he wants. That is not happening, though, right now. Right now, Donald Trump wants everybody to shut the hell up about his one-time close friend, associate, the late child sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein, the guy you see there on your screen hanging out with Trump. And yet everything Trump is doing is making people talk about it more. In fact, just an hour or two ago, Donald Trump fired an Epstein prosecutor. That would be Maureen Comey, the daughter of former FBI director and Trump nemesis James Comey. Now, Trump could have a lot of reasons for disliking her, but as Politico noted today, Comey, who'd worked in the U.S. Attorney's Office for nearly a decade, prosecuted both Jeffrey Epstein and his associate Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay? So when Donald Trump's trying to bury the story right now, out of nowhere, in an unprecedented move, presidents don't fire career attorneys, he fired Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell's prosecutor. This is just one in a series of things Trump has done surrounding the Epstein story that have just been really weird. And so now we are seeing a revolt among the MAGA faithful, people who cheered when Trump staffed the Department of Justice and FBI with loyalists who vowed to release the Epstein files to the public. They were devastated last week when Trump's administration closed the case and told everybody, turns out nothing to see here. None of it made sense because the administration had been hyping this release over and over. Attorney General Pam Bondi was telling anyone who would listen that she had tapes to review, she had a client list to review, that they gave out a binder that was phase one. And it even got weirder because when they announced the case was closed, they also released that raw video from Epstein's prison block the night he killed himself. And that footage, as people noted, appeared to be missing an entire minute. Well, guess it. Get this. According to a new Wired investigation published yesterday,
Told you it was 3 minutes.
that video is actually missing approximately 2 minutes and 53 seconds. So the whole thing's not going away.
All right, keep on going forward, you guys. Still stacking the deck. You guys wanted this Epstein information. I'm giving you as much as I can. We got to get on over here. Well, we at the representative at this point. Yeah, we're going to the representative, Dan. What's his name? Dan Goldman, as he subpoenas Pam Bondi over the Trump Epstein files. Cover-up is what they're calling it, not me.
And La La Land and Homeland Security Committee conducting oversight of the president and his administration. Great. Because there are many, many things that Congress should be conducting oversight over this administration. Donald Trump campaigned on finding convicted criminals who are unlawfully here in this country and deporting them. The worst of the worst, he said. Instead, he and his unidentified masked secret ICE agents are snatching and arresting immigrants from court proceedings, nonviolent, non-criminal immigrants pursuing legal pathways to immigrate to this country, and then illegally detaining them in horrific conditions, and even possibly deporting them despite the fact that they are here legally. You would think the committee with jurisdiction over the Department of Homeland Security would want to conduct oversight over the department's refusal to allow members of Congress to observe the conditions of DHS detention facilities. In fact, there is a specific here. We can ask them about a very pressing question. What's going on with the Epstein files? Donald Trump promised to release them. Pam Bondi said she had the files on her desk and that she was going to release them in the name of transparency. Kash Patel has spent years railing against the FBI to release the files. Many of my Republican colleagues were banging on the table to release the Epstein files. But now, all of a sudden, after a months-long review, Bondi and Patel say nothing to see here, no evidence that any American would want to see about accomplices, co-conspirators, or other people involved. Yesterday, the Republicans voted against releasing the files. So what's changed? Well, we all know Donald Trump has had a relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
The popping
he flew
is
on his
his
plane,
mic.
he
It's
hung
not
out
us,
at
it's his
parties,
mic.
spoke highly of him. And now there are many people saying that Donald Trump is included in the Epstein files. In fact, there are reporters who say that there are videos of him with topless women. Elon Musk even confirmed that Trump is blocking the release of these files because he's in them. Pam Bondi says there's nothing there. But Donald Trump even acknowledges that there is evidence there. It's just not credible. It's made up.
It's his microphone, y'all.
This is a True Social post from 9:43 this morning. It is an admission that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. And the American people deserve to know whether he is or not.
All right, y'all. Had a big argument. Wanted to let you guys get that. We got one more thing pertaining to this Epstein situation. Because every time I go to those comments, you always talking about what's going on, what's happening.
I yield back.
The gentleman yields back.
Is that the same
The
thing?
chair recognizes the gentlelady from New Jersey, Ms. MacGyver, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I first want to start off by just advising that witnesses
Lord have mercy. I forgot all about this one right here. But I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it to you. Because I know what y'all going to say about that. So we're going to get up out of here. We're going to get up off of you. I can't do it. I mean, unless you guys want to see it. Do you guys want to see what she has to say, Miss MacGyver? You guys remember what happened with her? She got arrested for, pushing her weight around, big girl style. You know what? Let's go ahead and see what she got to say because, I think I'm not going to deprive you guys. It's brand new information. Whole new chapter. Let's go. Let's get into it. Let's go. Let's get right to where she's at with it.
Yields back. The chair recognizes the gentlelady from New Jersey, Ms. MacGyver, for 5 minutes.
Gentle lady, they call her.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I first want to start off by just advising that witnesses should definitely come here with the facts. One of the witnesses today stated that I was arrested, and that's a complete lie, and I want to put that on the record. Mr. Chairman, this hearing is a sham, and a complete disgrace. Just because Republicans don't want to see it doesn't mean it's not true. The charities the majority is targeting are doing the Lord's work, quite literally. Republicans are trying to misrepresent and undermine and attack the work of these charities due to assist the most vulnerable and underserved, all while quoting scripture from the Bible. No matter what narrative my colleagues across the aisle try to spin, the truth is that these religious organizations and other nonprofits are not political. They seek to provide aid to those who are fleeing violence and seeking asylum. To every person working at the charities, religious organizations, and other NGOs that are the subject of this hearing, I say this to you, thank you, and I am sorry. Thank you for...
She is speaking in reference to the government shutting down funding for certain charities and certain things that go to migrants and illegal migrants right now. So that's basically where we were at. Sorry that I didn't give you guys any context on that, but I'm sure you guys are very smart here. Also, I wanted you guys to see the way that she tried to shift from what the real story is, that being how she pushed her weight around. It's really hard for someone to pay attention to you when you're talking about something, even if it's something good, when you've already shown a negative action that everyone's seen. So that's why I wanted you guys to actually see what Miss MacIver had to say. Not gonna make you guys go through that anymore. Sorry for the pain. We gotta keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got a lot in the deck. We're gonna get it popping right now. Let's get to some heat and let's turn up a little bit right now. We got a little bit more with some behind the scenes information where someone is basically saying that they have accounts that's detailing Trump and Epstein's friendship. They've got witnesses that's supposed to be his former casino executives. I didn't forget about you guys. That clip just slapped in
The
front.
Epstein case, but not necessarily because of Epstein's actions, but because he says it's a scam pushed by Democrats.
But they ought to look into the Jeffrey Epstein hoax too, because that's another hoax that's frankly put out by the pushing the Republicans and put out by the Democrats.
Just to be specific on timing, Epstein was investigated and arrested during Trump's first term. Now, Trump and Epstein, of course, were once friends. Trump's talked about that in the same circles decades ago. This photograph goes all the way back to 1997 in Mar-a-Lago, so it's a long time ago. And Trump hasn't been accused of any wrongdoing in the Epstein case. Out front now is Jack O'Donnell, the former president and chief operating officer of the Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino. Jack, just as all this conversation comes up, we've talked to you many times over the years, you and I, but you worked with Trump in an important period, 1987 to 1990. And I know that's, we talk about a lot of this friendship going back that long. You heard the name Jeffrey Epstein a lot during the time you worked with Trump. Can you tell us about their friendship?
Oh, sure, Aaron. First off, it's laughable that it wasn't a good friendship, if not his best friend during those days. He frequently came down to Atlantic City, the two of them, to attend special events. I heard reference in several conversations, and in one conversation where I had to specifically talk to him about Epstein and his presence in the casino. So it was, it was, in my mind, it was his best friend, from really the time I was there for 4 years. His name was, not constant, but it came up quite a bit.
And you're saying they would, from what you would call, come down to the casino together. Trump has called Epstein a terrific guy, a lot of fun to be with. Now, that was a New York Magazine interview all the way back in 2002, predating any of these any knowledge of Epstein's nefarious actions. More recently, Trump has downplayed his relationship with Epstein. Back in 2019, he said this, and this is right after Jack Epstein was taken into custody.
I knew him like everybody in Palm Beach knew him. People in Palm Beach knew him. He was a fixture in Palm Beach. I was not a fan of his, that I can tell you. I was not a fan of his.
That doesn't really fit with what you're saying.
No, Aaron, it doesn't. And one incident that I think kind of, proves their closeness and how much they hung out together. One time, on Monday morning, I came in and the commission was waiting. The inspectors were waiting in my office. And Donald and Jeffrey had come into the casino in the wee hours of Sunday morning, 1:30 in the morning. Two buddies. They had three women with them. And the commission was waiting for me because they had determined that the women that they brought down were underage to be on the casino. And when I asked them how they knew that, by the way, one of them was the number 3 ranked tennis player in the world, okay? And this guy happened to be a tennis fan. And he said, Jack, I know she's 19 years old, okay? So, and to get on a helicopter with a friend and 3 other people and fly down to Atlantic City, you can connect those dots. They were pretty
at 1:30 in the morning.
All right, we're gonna keep on going, you guys. I never heard that story right there, putting things together. I don't know if you guys believe anything that you got. I'm coming to the comments. What you guys got to say? He kicked him out of the Mar-a-Lago when he found out he was a sicko, says Liberty. What else we got over here? We got who cares, old news. I can fix that. Ain't no way you get news from CNN. What else we got? Tommy says, this is new life gossip, girl. I can fix that. Okay, what else you got? We got Mad Hatter. That don't mean anything. Trump would hang out with the Clintons too. Does that mean that he was calling hits on people? Check this out, you guys. I've met really good people through bad people. I'm currently doing business with some people that I don't like that much, but the people that they connected me with are really good people. I can't be brought up to justice for something that somebody else has done. And I can determine later on if I find out things about people, if I don't like them or if they're a bad person. Let's say he didn't know about all of the crazy stuff that the guy was doing. And he said, you know what, I can't deal with you now. I don't like him. You never know what people's reasonings are. And like I always tell people, when I say this in meetings and when I meet people, I have met really good people through bad people. And sometimes after a while, they start talking about how bad that person was. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to hate on them, whatever. And they'd be like, yeah, that such and such is this such and such and such and such. But you know what? I like you. We can do business. It's not your fault that you're a person that they want to do business with, because Just be who you are. Now, when it comes down to what people are doing in their personal lives, and especially this, I'm not going to go into detail because there's so much emotions going on in these comments. I just want to give you guys all of the general context and as much information as I can so that you guys can see what's going on and you can make your own decisions and assessments. We're going to move forward right now. What you guys got here? What do you mean, Cap? Okay, what you got? Come here, come have some fun. James, he's professional. More men should dress nice. I try to do this every time. I do this for you guys, and it also makes me feel good every day. The Lord gives us life. Man, you better do something with it. What you getting up looking regular for? Go put a suit on for nothing. How about that? Go outside and have people like, yo, what's going on with you? God woke me up this morning. For real, just because. Let's keep on moving right now because Zohan Mamdani, we got this campaign situation where they're saying it seems to be catching a bit of pushback right now, but I want you guys to check out AOC and the way her thinking can trick people into kind of following his views. Let's keep on moving forward. I really do hope that you guys appreciate the content. I see you guys like have a lot of stuff going on in those comments, and that's what I basically want. We do this for that reason and that reason only for that, to get a conversation going so that we have a great dialogue to get our wheels turning. Yes, keep on going. Keep on saying what your views are because that's what we're here for. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys.
Moreno was watching this commie convention from afar today. Not too afar, he's on Capitol Hill.
What do you guys think about Zohan Mamdani, the next possible mayor of New York?
He joins us now. Senator, this is interesting because they know they need him, right? They know they need him. And yet they tried to hide him a little bit on Capitol Hill, but then they tried to rebrand him when they came out of the meeting. They are in such a pickle over in the Democrat Party. What is your take?
Laura, if you put makeup on a pig, it's still a pig. Look, at the end of the day, Mamdani represents the worst of what is the new Democrat Party, a party of socialism. I have an idea for Mamdani. Why don't you try out your ideas on Martha's Vineyard? Vineyard Haven is looking for a mayor. Let's see how it goes there. Redistribute that income. Yeah, but in terms of running one of our most important cities, step out of the way. This is not a country where socialists should have any say in how our government runs.
Well, I don't even think socialist. If his views are what he says they are, socialism doesn't quite capture it even. It's really, when you're talking about basically taking property and setting prices, that's closer to communism. That's closer to kind of a state-enforced market than what we think of as like social democrats. And
so now we're going to have it where the police, when you call the police, instead of the police coming, we're going to have some social workers run up. Hey, are you guys okay? What's going on over here? And all of a sudden, pow, 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 pow. Oh my God, get the police. I don't know what city he think he's about to take over, but if they start doing them stupid tactics and all of that free supermarket and all of them, of course people gonna like it. A lot of people gonna be like, oh yeah, we get free this, free that. But the owners of stores and all of the business people, they out of here. They like, you know what, we're not gonna be in New York no more. Watch the economy gonna go. And he's really talking about really going after the billionaires and the millionaires. I don't have a problem with that, but of course they're gonna leave. Meaning less money for us and less opportunities. But I know there's somebody in those comments that's like, what you talking about, Bugatti? We like the blah, blah, blah. There's always people that have pushback in another angle. What do you guys got to say? Liberty and justice, government-owned stores, you only get 1 chicken and 2 bananas. Have a good day. So basically, you're trying to say that they're going to be giving out rations, huh, liberty and justice? There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Control! Ooh, ooh, now I'm all grown up. Control! Yeah, control. More control. But y'all didn't think about that part. You know, it's give us free. Give us free. Yeah, free ain't always free. Y'all know how they say. Nothing in life is free. Most of the time when somebody tell you, hey, we're going to give you this bonus, blah, 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 but you got to only pay $975. The bonus comes out of the $975 that they charging you. Yeah, let's keep on going, you guys.
In Europe. So I'm not sure he really knows what he is, but AOC, as you know, has been one of the earliest supporters of him. And she commented today about Democrats who are obviously still somewhat concerned here. Watch.
Get to know him. Get to know him. You know, this is not about having any kind of hard line. I think that If anybody is skeptical, I would say get to know him. And once you get into a room with him, kick the tires yourself and make your own assessment instead of just kind of making assessments from what you may see on television.
Let me act out what's going to happen here, what he's doing. So she said kick the tires, right? So the person comes into the used car lot, because this ain't a new car lot, I don't consider it. Comes into this used car lot, see a couple of shabby cars, start kicking the tires. And this is Mom Zombie right here. They're like, you know what? Yeah, okay, but you got too much stuff going on with you. So now this done made an opportunity for somebody else that we really don't want to come into office. That's what really is going to happen out of a situation like this. Can you believe this fool? AOC, yeah, I'll kick the tires. That guy, old big time, says John. When we got old Stocky says, is this school, police, fire department free, or do you have to pay thousands of dollars after they put the fire out? Right, is school, the police department, and the fire department free, or do you have to pay them after they put the fires out? Good question. I don't know what they doing. Mom Dami's father is a professional or a Marxism. Ooh, okay, Life and Life to Grow 420. He's good, people reaching. He's good. See, it's people like you. Y'all be careful. It's people like Live Life and Grow that's going to give him a chance. He's good just because he's good for one policy that you like, Live Life, right? But you know what? This is the platform for you where you can do that. You can say what you want because that's the reason why we made this platform. We're not Republicans, we're not Democrats, and we're not independent. I know I'm not. So that's why I made this platform so that everybody can have their view. I like to think of it as we're doing like debates. And as we debate, we communicate. And then after we communicate, we actually get to a solution. That's why I really made this platform for us. And now it's not mine anymore. I got to come every day. I got to look a certain way. Got to navigate this a certain way because y'all don't be playing. And I got to have my ducks in a row. And you know what? I appreciate you making me stay on point. So that's why I do what I got to do, as long as y'all going to keep on tuning in. Now double tap that screen to get those likes up. We got a little more meat on the bone over here. And we're going to keep on moving because we got more to go.
It's all fun. These are like social influencers promoting each other on Instagram.
Look, communism has been tried, not once, not twice, but many, many times all over the world. It's never worked. And yet you have people like AOC, God bless her, Mandami, they think they'll be the ones that do communism nicely. They'll take your property, seize your businesses, unleash insecurity, destroy America, but they'll do it with a big smile on their face. Look, Mandami's a rich, entitled kid that's never worked a day in his life and is trying to tell other people, the people, how to live their lives. Look, if the Democrats want to be serious, they need to reject these idiots in their party.
I got to say one thing that I disagree with that because there's a lot of politicians in the same situation where they've never went through anything and they inherited a lot of stuff and because of their money. And then we have the people that are too old that should already be out of office that are staying over there, they falling asleep while they at work. 82 years old, like granddaddy, why don't you go sit your butt down and go lay down and take a nap? No, I'm watching. What he say? What he'll say? Price is Right about to come on. I'm up. Granddaddy, go sit your behind down. We got people like that running the country right now. Crazy. Let's get on over to some action right now, y'all. We got to go to Oklahoma, where we got these illegal immigrants. This illegal immigrant that's been accused of dragging an ICE officer by a car during an attempted arrest. We getting into the action now. Let's get into the action. Politics done. We got more to go. We got some heat up. We got some heat coming up. We ain't nowhere near the middle or the end. Let's go.
Photos exclusively provided to Fox and Friends showing the injuries an ICE agent obtained during an attempted arrest in Oklahoma.
It comes amid an 830% increase in assaults, and the administration is taking action against the doxing of ICE officers.
Peter Ducey is live at the White House with the latest. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning. Assaults on ICE officers 130% when you look at January to July of this year versus January to July of last year. The big change there, of course, would be Donald Trump coming into the White House in January. And we've got these exclusive photos that hammer home how dangerous some of these assaults are. 2 days ago, ICE pulled over a Honduran national in Oklahoma City. The guy refused to get out of the car. ICE tried to remove him from the car. The suspect took off with an ICE officer stuck in his car. These injuries in the photos are from an ICE officer being dragged across the road. That is why Jose Melgar Rivas, seen on your screen here in a mugshot, is now under arrest. DHS Secretary Noem says we will prosecute, is also now talking about doxing the ICE agents, a separate issue for them. She says we will prosecute those who dox ICE agents to the fullest extent of the law. These criminals are taking the side of vicious cartels and human traffickers. We won't allow it in America. And then as for the actual physical violence, here is the acting ICE director, Todd Lyons.
This individual was lawfully ordered deported from the country approximately 4 years ago. He was given the opportunity to leave. He had an ankle monitor on him. He wasn't being held in detention. He went ahead and cut that ankle monitor off and he fled. He dragged our officer, a couple hundred feet, causing multiple injuries. Luckily, he's going to be okay. But this is just one of the hundreds of cases across the country of these individuals that have been ordered deported or have committed crimes in the United States. Yet ICE is demonized because we're effectuating the law.
President Trump has given full authorization, full authority to these ICE officers and CBP officers to do whatever they need to do to protect themselves in situations like the one that we just talked about. But still, these violent assaults are being carried out against ICE officers. Back to you.
No, we got to go over to check out this Texas facility. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Appreciate that content right there. Appreciate you guys. We got to go and check out this Texas. Is this Texas or Oklahoma? Which one was that? Was this? Let me get over here. New details emerge in the arrest of the most wanted Texas ICE fertility ambush. You guys remember that one person that they were still looking for out of 15? The one with the long hair. I couldn't tell if it was a woman or a man, but I found that it was basically a man. I think his name is Joe or John or something like that. But we got new details that emerged in the arrest of the most wanted individual, and they finally caught him in this Texas ICE facility ambush. He wasn't even that much far away.
It took a week and a half, but FBI agents say they found the suspect at the center of that statewide manhunt tied to the attack outside an ICE facility in Alvarado, Texas. And this is where that suspect, Benjamin Song, and a 15th suspect facing charges in that attack will be next, the federal courthouse here in Fort Worth. And this was a scene late yesterday as FBI evidence response teams scoured an apartment in far north Dallas. That's where they found Benjamin Song, they say, a suspect who had been on the run for 11 days after
Benjamin Song.
Agents say he was part of an ambush outside an ICE detention center in Johnson County. The Alvarado officer shot in that attack is still recovering, the chief tells me. But when we spoke last week, the fact that Song was still on the run was looming over that small department. Here's what the chief said he'd feel once all the suspects accused in the attack on his officer were behind bars.
We'll definitely breathe a sigh of relief. Absolutely. And he'll be placed in custody. It's just a matter of time.
The Johnson County Sheriff's Office says at the same time that FBI agents were arresting Song, they were also arresting someone else at a different location. That will be the 15th person to face charges in connection with this attack. We're waiting on new information about that person and those charges to be unsealed. It could happen tonight or tomorrow at this federal courthouse behind me. And we also just got new internal FBI documents that show what agents say they seized from some of the people who they say are involved in all of this. We'll have details on that coming up for you at 6 o'clock.
Shout out to ICE. Shout out to Homeland Security. And shout out to got him. Watch your head. Y'all know what I mean by this, right? Y'all see when I go up and down and I do all this? This is the traffic and the bumps and the bumps that you're going through as you're going through to the precinct where they're locking you up at. Because they got what they deserved and they got all 15 of them. Thank you so much, Casey, for the $19.99 super chat from all the co-hosts. Appreciate you, big dog. And guess what? I appreciate you, Casey. Everybody go ahead and give Casey a thank you because we appreciate him for always holding it down and always being supportive. One of the main co-hosts at Our Bottom Line, you guys. That's how we do it over here. That's how we do it. Casey, Love, bro. Appreciate you. That's some respect right there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's keep on moving forward. If you guys appreciate the content, we do this every single day. We're trying to get those subscribers up. Don't even worry about the money part. Let's get those subscribers up so we can run this show up to 50,000 subscribers if you like the content. And go ahead and double tap that screen to get the likes up. And now we got to go to It Never Rains in Southern California. See you when you get there. I haven't seen your face in a year. I can't wait till I get there. I don't know what airline, girl, but I know I won't be late because they tell me it never rains inside. That's my joint right there, boy. Let's go. We're going over to Southern California where it's not so nice right now. Because we got this surgical staff that confronts this ICE agent as somebody runs. He was running. ICE was like, doom, 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 doom. Coming after somebody, right? And he was digging, right? He said, you know what? Where can I run? He ran inside of this surgical office and the staff stopped the ICE agent and was like, no, 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 no. You can't come in here and lock him up. So they tried to stop him, right? But immediately after, as soon as he came out, got the silver bracelets. The one size fits all. Let's keep on moving, you guys, because I can keep on going into song off of every part of my sentences. I want you guys to see what happened in Southern California, and this ICE agent basically chased him into a surgical facility because he had nowhere else to go, so he ran up in here. He's crying for his life. So like I said, I set up the scene for you guys. Out of nowhere, he just runs up in this surgical staff, confronts the ICE as he attempts to detain a landscaper. So he's over there doing the landscaping, and they get on him. And he like, phew, and he runs into this surgical clinic. That's what's going on here.
Like, can you show us, like, this is a private business, like that.
Talking about this is a private business. Just so you guys know, if the police are in pursuit of somebody, wherever they run into, they can go up in there. All that information, and we need a warrant and all of that. If they physically see you running that door, that ain't gonna work. So they're trying. Now we got the DEI over here that's about to get involved with the situation. I wouldn't do this, especially knowing what type of cases that people getting now for messing around with ICE. But there she go.
Hey.
You can run, but you can't hide till more endorsement. I said it was ICE.
Let him go. Hey. Let go.
You can say that, baby. Y'all got y'all opinions. That's right. Y'all can say what y'all want. Y'all can say what y'all want.
You can't even identify yourself. You have no proper identification.
So now they're telling him you can't even identify yourself. You don't have no proper identification. So now I'm gonna tell you guys, and I'm gonna tell you now, legal, government, paperwork, all that's real. But when you on the field, violence is the universal language. You better be able to handle yourself on the ground. Right now, we got 3 against 1. Sound good. That uniform looked kind of strong over there, but hell no. He had to wait till he came out to get on him. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the ending. He had to wait for him to come out of there to get on him because they wasn't playing.
Get out. Coming into a private business like this. It's a private business. I'm not. You are not a federal agent.
You say you're touching a federal agent, and I already said it was ICE. Somebody tried to say it's not the police. I know it's not, and somebody else might have said it was a cop, but this is a federal ICE agent here. This is an ICE agent.
To begin with, I'm not touching you. Identify yourself. Nobody's touching you. I'm not touching you. Who are you?
What's your badge number? What's your badge number, federal agent?
Let him go, please. He's by himself. Hey.
Got him. So yes, Basically, somebody in the comments is saying this is illegal. You guys, as long as y'all don't tear me up on this, because you don't see me giving no personal opinion, y'all can say whatever y'all want. That's what the platform is for. I ain't hating how they came in there, did what they had to do, but I can tell you the law. If police is chasing you and you run into somewhere, they can follow you in pursuit. That's what they can do. I know they can. Or let me say it right. If Homeland Security, if they federal, because that one person, boy, it's not the police. It's not the police. Really want to get detailed. So if the police, a sheriff, a detective, anyone is in pursuit of someone, they can chase you into a dwelling. How do I know? Because I know someone that got locked up for that. Got them silver bracelets and was calling me from the precinct like, yo, can you go walk my dog for me? Can you make sure they go? Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. We're going to keep on moving. What y'all got on this, though? Should have elected Diddy. Somebody's crazy. ICE can arrest you, says KL. What we got over here? We got, they play victim and pull on people's heartstrings, and the idiots take the bait. I'm reading comments, you guys. Nobody's safe in the United States. We got Ricky that says, Uncle Ruckus over here. Well, Ricky, why don't you kick a rock for a block and take off your socks so you can scrape your foot on the ground? If you don't like it here, what you doing here? You should never be somewhere where you don't want to be at. Ricky, from what's the name of that movie? Yeah, anyway, Boys in the Hood. Let's keep on moving, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Raw video of ICE agents carrying out an arrest in New York City now, inside of the courthouses. You're going to have a lot of pushback on what's going on. Bugatti's over here showing you guys what's going on. Don't be getting mad at me because people doing stuff nowadays. I ain't in this office. You see me over here in a white tuxedo. I did not have nothing to do with this.
I'm getting pushed. I'm sorry.
So this one here is federal agents detaining police in New York City while leaving immigration court. So this happens more than one time, in more than one scenario. Once you lose your case, they wait for you. If they take off certain parts of, I think if they take off something, there's two ways that they can actually take you, and I think that's kind of crazy the way they're going about it. Because a lot of people you see come out of the court and they think that they're coming back to court for another date that the judge may have given them. They got ICE out there like, oh, you're going to be going to court, but you're going to be coming to court from our detention center. Or not even that. I think they're sending people out of the country. So there's a lot of different things that's going on right now that's shaking people up. People are angry. And you heard that Bugatti has no opinion. I'm describing what's going on. Don't kill the messenger, no. Let's go. That was dumb. See, it was dumb. Thank you, T. Lee. That was dumb. That was dumb. Thank you, T. Lee, for getting on that. That was dumb. You got to think about the stuff that you're saying, not just say it. Yeah. So this, like I said, they wait outside by the elevator because you ain't going to take the stairs. As soon as you come to that elevator, doom, 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 doom. ICE, ICE. And can I say I know a lot of immigrants that are phenomenal, that have done great things, that have parts of our city and our states running. You know, because a lot of people, let's be honest, they take the jobs that nobody else want to take. Let's keep on moving, you guys. We got to go over here because I know you guys love this person. Every time someone like this comes up, I just have to make sure to introduce them right because I know that y'all don't play when it comes down to your leaders that you guys really favor. And that's why I want to make sure that I do this correctly when it comes down to your governor and the person that you love and respect from Los Angeles. His name is Gavin Newsom. And he's giving an update on the immigration raids in Los Angeles. I want to know what you guys have to say about this. So let's get on over to Los Angeles, you guys. And I know how you feel about the situation, you know, this governor that you guys really know, love, and respect. Let's see what you guys have to say about this.
Thank you all. Just had an opportunity to talk to the senior pastor here at County Memorial Community Church. We're grateful that she allowed us the opportunity to be here and highlight a little bit of what occurred here, as you may know, in the parking lot a few weeks back when 6 folks came masked without any identification, unmarked cars, and came into the parking lot demanding she get out of the way, demanding she not film, demanding as if they were running the place, demanding.
Barry, you see that, right? Barry with me. Barry's with me. Barry know the deal.
She simply walk away. She knew her rights. She exercised her rights. I think it's important to highlight that. It's one thing to know your rights. Another important and imperative thing to do is to exercise them, and she did that. She videotaped.
Okay, Mr. Rogers, can you come to the stage dressed already?
What occurred, and it's an example of what's occurring all over here in Southern California, what's occurred at a level we've not seen in modern times. I just had an opportunity to visit with business leaders, small business. When I say mom and pop, I mean mom, dad, kids, grandkids, generational businesses. In Bell, I met one business owner. They've been 20 years in business. They said, we miss COVID. They said it was much easier. They have lost 80% of their business. And they said they've lost something more precious, which really put it in perspective. They said they've lost a sense of community. They said they missed their customers.
So they're basically saying they lost a lot of their staff members because they lost a lot of chefs, a lot of short orders, a lot of preps, a lot of cleanup people. And yes, California is very highly employed a lot of Hispanics. Tacos, all of the Hispanic foods that you guys like. A lot of Hispanics and people from other countries work behind the scenes. You got to be honest about that in order for a lot of frontline things to actually happen. I know you guys are gonna be like, "What you talking about, Bugatti?" But and I know you don't like this food here, but I just wanted to make sure that we put them up there and let you guys get what's going on, because we like to cover the full scope of everything that's happening nowadays, as well as the fallouts, the back end, whatever. We like to do the small news as well as the big views. Now we're gonna go over to Miami, where this man is accused of offering a 15-year-old girl $2,000 to spend the night with him. Okay, I could say it like that because it's nothing crazy being said, but what was he planning on doing for when she spent the night with him? And what are you doing offering a minor some money to do anything like that? Let's get on the top of this creep's head and make sure that we know what's going on with this situation over here, and make sure that we take all of the measures to make sure that our children don't have to come up against any predators like this fool right here, y'all.
$2,000, that's how much police say a 45-year-old man, that guy, offered a 15-year-old girl to spend the night and have sex with him.
Yeah, tonight, that man is behind bars, and police credit the girl he tried to coerce for reporting it to her sister and...
Let's go. Locked up, hope they don't let him out. That's right, y'all. Let's go ahead and give a thumbs up for the fact that he's arrested, and let's pray that he don't get out. How dare he do something disgusting like that? And the community should have caught him first and hit him with the Tommy Hearns bumps on the head like Martin. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Boop, boop, beep, doop, doop. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about.
And law enforcement. Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jawan Strader.
And I'm Trina Robinson. NBC6's Jamie Garola is live outside the jail in Northwest Miami-Dade with how detectives nabbed this guy and arrested him. Jamie.
The man was arrested, was allegedly trying to seduce the girl while he was at the hospital visiting his dying grandmother. He even sent her pictures of her in her hospital bed while trying to lure her into spending the night with him. We want to warn you, some of the details of the story are graphic.
No, it ain't.
It didn't take long for police to arrest this man, 45-year-old Lester Tellez. According to his arrest form, he comfortably and easily tried to seduce and molest a 15-year-old babysitter. The incident began when Tellez unexpectedly showed up at an apartment to pick up his son from the babysitter.
It's crazy. She should be a sex offender. He should be registered as a sex offender. That's totally unacceptable.
A man who knows the babysitter and Tellez didn't want to be identified, but said he was disgusted by the details.
And I'm glad they caught him. They caught him pretty fast. You know, within 4 hours.
After the babysitter reported the initial conversation to police, investigators took over. They started texting Tellez as if they were the 15-year-old, saying, "You know, I am only about to turn 16. Tellez allegedly replied, "Don't tell me you have not masturbated." The undercover detective wrote, "That's all you want for the $2,000? Tellez allegedly said, "Let's make love," adding that he had a vasectomy and he would wear a condom. Then, according to police, he went into graphic detail about what he wanted to do with the girl. The details too explicit to air.
Just hope that, you know, this doesn't happen. This is, you know, we're in a crazy war right now.
Yeah, we got liberty and justice. I saw what you said, Liberty, because they was like, he gonna get right out. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody like this will get out. But y'all know what we want to do, right? Come here for a minute. Watch your head. Matter of fact, hell with your head. Boop! Hit his head into the car. Y'all ain't see that. Boop! Oh, hey, you hit my head. Oh, sorry about that. And yeah, go ahead and get him to ride while he doing this right here. From the right side of the head getting clocked on the side of the car. Because we don't care about you watching your head. We're going to let you get all types of Martin bumps and all. Like I said, Tommy Hearns bumps, civilian justice. Don't lock this fool up. Why are we locking him up? How about we make an example of him for all of the rest of the creeps that's out there? That's what see, that's why I can't be in no government, because they be like, "Oh, Bugatti, you can't do that." And a lot of people in the comments be like, "Non-violence, non-violence." Y'all don't be wanting no violence, but we got to do something to get people like this to make them deter from doing things like that to 15-year-olds and children. This is not acceptable to me.
Tellez is charged with lewd and lascivious conduct and promoting sexual performance by a child. Reporting live tonight in Northwest Miami-Dade.
Yeah, y'all. So, like I said, Martin Lawrence, Sword of Justice, Tommy Hearns, blue bloopy doop doop, lip swole, head eye. Y'all know how the eye be looking like it got a little teeth on it. Like when Buster Douglas handled up on Mike Tyson that time when we all was angry because his eye was looking like it had a teeth on it. Yeah, man. Or the Mitch Green situation when Mike Tyson did it to him. I'm talking about a whole bunch of them, not just one. I'm talking about they need to look like tumors all over his dome. What y'all got for me over here? Spanish culture, she's an adult at 15. Ooh, Dems lost. We won big time. Okay, I'm reading the comments. Thunderbolt says, the predator Donald Trump will free R. Kelly now. Oh my God, y'all got some crazy comments. I am reading comments, ain't got nothing to do with me. Let's get on over to Sarasota where we got these pals and D-Rugs that was seized, nearly 40 arrested in this operation. They call it Saratoga Surge Report. What they call it, Surge. They did their thing over in Sarasota, and I'm real happy to see police officers and law enforcement getting a lot of these D-Rugs off of the streets, because it seems like our children are getting caught up in the line, and I love to see stuff like this happening.
And illegal drugs. That is just a portion of what Sarasota police recovered during Operation Surge. Undercover detectives have been working with the ATF since last August to rid the streets of criminal activity. The Sarasota police chief says their work is far from over. Fox 13's Kimberly Quizon has more on how the operation unfolded.
Chief Rex Trochet says the work done over 9 months should send a loud message that he and his officers will not tolerate illegal gun and drug activity in Sarasota. At Fred Atkins Park, Sarasota police say Clyde Lee sold 23 pieces of rock cocaine to an undercover detective for $200. Lee, who has 14 prior felonies, was one of 39 arrested during Operation Surge.
Just by virtue of them being in custody and being held accountable, we are making the city of Sarasota a safer place. And you have to remember, too, when you have firearms, you have drugs.
42 suspects, including Damon DePina, who has 13 prior felonies, were identified during the 9-month operation. DePina was arrested for selling marijuana near a park. This is a joint effort with the ATF to combat violent crimes and gun-related offenses. Combined, the suspects face 185 felony charges. Chief Rex Trochet says it's all being done to protect residents.
We're very active out there, and we take this very serious. We love our city. We're proud of our city. and we're not going to let anybody take over our city.
Now, as long as you guys are not a sanctuary city like New York, maybe some of those people will stay in there. But check this out. Don't run. I know y'all like, Sarasota, why he play that? All right, we're going to go see something else. And guess what? Y'all done messed up, because guess what I got? Boom! I got a banger coming up right now. All I'm going to ask y'all to do is double tap that screen and get those likes up, because y'all know it's about to happen, right? Let's get on over to Phoenix, where we got the taco, my taco, tacos. Come on, y'all. We got to talk about these tacos at this taco shop, because this owner is now being accused of doing what? Smuggling immigrants. Now he's in federal custody. Come on, y'all. Let's get on over to Phoenix. We got this taco maker that's no longer a taco maker, because he got them silver bracelets. They're one size fits all for everybody. Now let's go.
Phoenix taco shop owner is in federal custody tonight, accused of knowingly hiring a dozen illegal immigrants at his business.
This is a story 12 News journalist Sean Rice first broke last week. He's back tonight with new details on this months-long investigation. Sean?
Yeah, Mark and Grebe, I imagine these are cases we are going to see more with a new administration in place. And the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Arizona says 42-year-old Vladimir Angulo has operated his business, El Taco Loco, on the backs of illegal immigrants for the past 8 years. Court documents claim Angulo knew what he was doing is illegal, and after a 4-month-long investigation by Homeland Security Investigations, it's landed both him and his employers behind bars. Since March, federal agents have been keeping a watchful eye over this property in Levine near 63rd Avenue in Baseline and this home near 16th Avenue in Southern in Phoenix. They were surveilling the owner and employees of El Taco Loco. It's a taco shop with a brick and mortar storefront, a food truck, and a food bus. Last week, investigators executed coordinated search warrants on both properties. They arrested the shop owner and his employees, all of whom the feds claim are not U.S. citizens.
The owner of the shop is accused of, smuggling and hiring people who are not American citizens. But that's under the federal government law, that's illegal.
Phoenix defense attorney Ben Taylor reviewed the 4-count federal complaint against the shop's owner, Vladimir Angulo. In it, investigators say Angulo employed 12 illegal immigrants in total, all of whom were seen working at his businesses, many of them paid in cash on a weekly basis.
And the way that they do that, right? They're like, Papi, I know you don't have no paperwork, so you come work for me. I give you $6 an hour. You work many hours as you want. I pay you the cash. And guess what? You get no health benefits. You get no insurance. You get no income tax and nothing like that. No withholding. Of course, no FICA, which none of us like. So I don't mind them skipping out on FICA, because that gets on your damn nerves anyway. What the hell is FICA? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to go now, because we're going to have to move on over to Louisiana. I want you guys to see how this has been going on for so many years. Come on now, don't stop the love. Don't stop the love. I keep on taking that love from over there and I give it back to y'all. So come on, don't stop the love. Also, like I said, we're going over to Louisiana, where we got this U visa scam going on in Louisiana, because you guys probably wonder how some of these people fly under the radar, how some of them actually obtain visas. Well, there's a new way to do it that people weren't even paying attention to. You know how sometimes, I don't know if you guys know this scam, but let me just blow it up right here, because all single fathers that have been under this scam, I'm gonna blow it up for you right now. I'm gonna help everybody out. The way that a lot of women have been getting apartments is they go to the precinct or they file a claim against their boyfriend or their baby daddy, and they say he did something to me physically, and then because of that, they gotta put you into the system and they make sure that you got somewhere to stay. They put you on Section 8 and things like that, and that's the fast way to get fast-tracked to get an apartment. That's the way women were doing it for a long time. Yeah, them blew up y'all spot, huh? But guess what? Y'all spot, now it's been blown. Sometimes the boyfriends even know about it and wind up going back to stay with the girl after she done did that to get an apartment. This is crazy. Well, guess what? Another thing called a loophole. That was a loophole. We got another loophole here where it's a loophole with visas. The scam is basically where you got these police officers and the chief is doing business with a business owner, because guess what happens if you're an illegal immigrant and you get robbed or you get beat up or you get assaulted? You get fast track for a visa. And guess who was in on it? The chief of police as well as another business owner. So they was getting their dough on by doing this scam. Let's get on over here so we can put some fat on our brains and see some other scams that these people had going on in order to get these people to come into our country and fly up under the radar. Let's go.
Law enforcement and illegal migrants. Been going on for nearly a decade. Most are just hearing about it right now. Why? FBI investigation in Louisiana. They say chiefs accepted bribes for claiming hundreds of illegal migrants were victims of armed robberies, but the robberies never happened. Why would they do that? Because being a victim of a serious felony like that qualifies migrants for a U visa and allows them to stay. Retired Homeland Security investigator Victor Avila has heard of this, and former FBI Supervisory Special Agent James Galliano. Jimmy understands why this matters and what has to be done about it. Gentlemen, thank you. So, Victor, you've heard of this before. You've dealt.
Your audio's trash, meanwhile.
In this area of trafficking a lot, and you say that's the sweet spot where you have to examine how this type of fraud happens in trafficking, because that's such a big part of movement of people in and out of this country illegally. Why?
Because it's a loophole that they've been using, and this U visa scam has been going on for a long time. I saw it firsthand, many years. I used to issue these U visas for victims. When there were human trafficking victims, we got them a T visa, which is a little bit harder to prove and harder to attain. But the U visa became this kind of a loophole where if you couldn't get any other kind of visa, well, maybe you were a victim of a crime, whether family violence, a rape, or something like that. By the way, most of the recipients of U visas are females, but also there's males as well, but mostly females. And you have a lot of these groups, ACLU, other non-governmental organizations, kind of helping these people. And I remember being in El Paso, Texas, investigating these cases and thinking, are all these people actually, were a victim of a crime? Right. And if so, exactly what happened in Louisiana, where's the police report? Right. Because that would help them prove if the crime happened in the United States. When they claimed that it happened in a home country, well, that was even harder to prove and get documentation. And then this whole scam, by the way, Texas has been looking at this for a while. I just talked to a news organization here in Texas. It is getting out of hand, and I think you have to go back and review the issuance of these U visas, because what we want is the actual victim to get the visa, not these scammers. And I'm very disappointed, obviously, with the law enforcement involved here.
How about we get rid of the whole program now? Oh, and have them say, y'all messed it up for everybody. How about we get rid of the whole program? How many people agree with me with that? Since y'all want to mess up the program and do slick stuff like that, we're going to get rid of it. Now y'all really got to find a way to get over here the right way. U visa, what's that? That's why it made so much sense to me, and it sounded so much like the domestic violence scam that the women do to get Section 8 food stamps and all the Medicaid and stuff. I'm not stupid, putting fat on my people's brains. If y'all appreciate the content and the way that we go dig diving and go ahead and put all that together with the sequencing, go ahead and double tap that screen to get those likes up. Also, we do take super chats. We ain't playing no more super chats. We got the BOOGOTTICAsh Cash App. Whatever y'all want to do, show your love and support for the show. We thank you. Also, we like you guys to go ahead and get those likes up, because when you get those likes up, it lets more people know about our show, and it sends up a notification and it gets more people over here. Want to thank you guys. We got to keep on moving forward because we are nowhere near the end, my friends. We got to go over to the Rocky River where these police released videos of allegedly Rocky Road horror road incident involving, check this out. Let me get this right here. I'm sorry. We got this Rocky River situation where the police released video and alleged Rocky Road horror road rage incident involving a U.S. Representative, Max Miller. Oh, this is going to be some interesting stuff. Road rage? Oh, this is the one where the man was following the guy on the highway. Okay, we got some politicians right here. I don't know about this situation right here, if it ever happened. I don't know what you guys' take is going to be, but I'm sure it's going to be very controversial, because we got a situation where we got somebody that's following one of their constituents, one of their council members while he's driving. You're riding in the car. Next thing you know, someone sees you and they're like, "Hey, isn't that such and such that I don't like? That I don't respect his views?" Well, he didn't say it like that. This guy went a little extra, and he had a little road rage going on with this situation. They're calling this the Rocky Road rage. Let's go, y'all.
We do have some new
River.
video to show you tonight.
Rocky River.
This is the interaction between U.S. Congressman Max Miller and a Westlake doctor on I-90.
Now, we've covered this scary conflict for weeks now, which Rocky River police are calling a road rage incident.
Right.
It happened in late June. Dr. Ferris Hamdan has since been indicted on multiple charges.
Annabelle Childers breaks down the video you're going to see and then shares what Hamdan's attorney is saying today.
This is the congressman, that piece of congressman that's against Palestine. That's crazy.
This video gives us a new angle of an incident that's gained national attention.
This racist Jewish, he can't even look at me. He knows I'm recording him.
It started when U.S. Congressman Max Miller was driving along I-90 the morning of June 19th. Here he is in real time talking to a 911 operator.
My name is Congressman Max Miller. I'm on the freeway. I have somebody who has cut me off, who is flipping me off, who is showing me a Palestinian flag and is yelling to kill me.
About 2.5 minutes later, Miller tells the operator the other car pulled off the interstate. And later that day, Miller posted this message on social media.
Thank God my daughter was not in my vehicle or anybody else at the time. You have an issue? Take it to our office. You want to run me off the road? That's a different story.
Rocky River police identified the man yelling as Ferris Hamdan, a Westlake doctor. A warrant was issued for his arrest, but Hamdan voluntarily turned himself in on June 20th with his legal counsel. June 26th, the Cuyahoga County judge granted a search warrant for Hamdan's phone, where this video was recovered.
That piece of congressman that's against Palestine.
The search warrant also reveals more information on the testimony Miller told police. Miller claims during the road rage incident, Hamdan yelled threats, including that he was going to kill Miller and his family and that he would make Miller's home a parking lot. July 8th, Hamdan was indicted by a Cuyahoga County grand jury on one count of ethnic intimidation, of tampering with evidence, of misdemeanor menacing, and of misdemeanor aggravated menacing. Hamdan is pleading not guilty. Today, his attorney released a long statement which reads in part, "We are not here to defend every word spoken in that moment. Dr. Hamdan is human and expressed himself harshly in a charged exchange. But what he did not do is threaten, intimidate, or attempt to harm anyone. That distinction matters. Political disagreement, even when passionately expressed, is not a crime. And conflating it with violence is both dishonest and dangerous."
Well, you as lawyers, so you're going to have to say that. But they have it on video, man. Like, you can't dispel what he just basically did. I don't think something like that is right. Something like that can get you in a road accident, hugging up on somebody's car that close. You guys saw that when he basically got in between like another car and was probably just a few inches or feet away from the other car. It's never that serious, you guys. Oh, here's this such and such, trying to put him on blast. We got what you was trying to do, but you got caught. So eat it and do what you got to do with that. What y'all got in the comments over here? Oh, he definitely is on. He is definitely on the list. What else y'all got? Grand Rising, Love Me, Trump, President Vance. Okay, he done a Sag. It's not credible. Ethnic intimidation. Come on, maybe just intimidation. Exactly. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. It's not cool for anybody. We got these 5 that were seized when the FBI raids a home in an upscale Los Angeles neighborhood. This is a pretty cringe-worthy story, you guys. Pretty cringe-worthy story. I want you guys to see what's going on over here. We still working, we still stacking this deck until we get it all out. Let's go.
Continues in Brentwood after FBI agents raided a home.
It happened earlier this morning off of Rockingham Avenue near Sunset. The large police presence, a stunning wake-up call for neighbors. And Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Granda is live at the scene where authorities remain tight-lipped on the details. Carlos.
That's right. Those neighbors still have a lot of questions about what happened. Why was there this raid this morning? Well, right now it appears that this was a case of someone who allegedly had equipment and gear that could make it appear that he was a legitimate firefighter.
Check this out.
The FBI, LAPD, and other agencies came to the home on Rockingham Avenue early this morning. They found this fire truck inside the property. It's an older model dating back to 1986. It also had burn marks on the top. One person said they're looking to see if it was out during the Palisades fire and if the suspect could have been impersonating a firefighter. Records show the registered owner of the truck is the Santa Muerte Fire Department. That name was in the news before. Back in 2023, this man, Andrew DeBoer, was accused of impersonating a law enforcement officer in Chino Hills. According to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, DeBoer was wearing a law enforcement uniform and had a firearm. He also wore a badge that read Santa Muerte Fire Department, which investigators say does not exist. No word if these two cases are connected. The fire truck today had official state plates. The plate was removed and the fire truck was towed away. Agents also searched several other vehicles. Neighbors say there has been police activity here, but nothing like this.
We heard the helicopter.
So now that's crazy. They said that this fire truck was possibly around during the fires of California. We don't even know if this fool was possibly out there. Yeah, he probably was out there setting them. And they said that he was impersonating a fireman. So they came to his home and did what? Took everything. And then they started putting two and two together. This is a story that we need to stay on top of because this seems like a little movie situation. He's buying a fire truck, has it hidden in his home, going outside doing certain stuff, and then before that, prior acting like a police officer. There may be more layers to this onion that need to be peeled back.
Helicopter just circling above the house, and so we looked out, tried to see what was going on. Didn't know what it was, but came to check it out and saw, FBI's here, police are here, so, and this abandoned fire truck is here, so curious to find out what happens.
And one other neighbor who didn't want to be identified said she believes there's other firefighting equipment on the property, but no one at the FBI or the LAPD would comment officially about any of the details of this case.
Now this story right here that we about to go to, come on Detroit, get to the front of the stage. I want you guys to check this out because this story starts off one way and it swings three different ways. I can't even explain it. We got these Detroit teens who slept on a porch, post new video, and then, matter of fact, let me show you guys.
Well, Senator, on the edge, you may...
Sometimes these kids be getting so bad that you don't even want them in the house. How about that? I think it got something to do with that. And the kid said, you know what? You don't want us in the house? We're going to go sleep on the porch. But in Detroit, in the wintertime, this is pretty crazy right here, y'all. Check this out.
Remember the two Detroit teens who were spotted sleeping on a porch in polar-like temperatures. This story lit up social media and our Fox 2 Detroit website.
And they're back in a new video that is sparking concern, but there's more to it than meets the eye.
Right.
Fox News' Jessica Dupnack looked into this. She's joining us live. And Jess, you've been following this story since the start. What is going on now?
Yeah, and here we are back again. Now, to simplify that TikTok video that you mentioned that has since gone viral in the last couple of weeks, it shows an altercation with the older boy who's 16 years old with the mom. It's a clear physical altercation that's going on. It ends with that mom getting hauled off by Detroit police in handcuffs. But we started digging, and there was definitely more to this story. Here's a little context. This is the new video reigniting a story hard to forget.
Shoes, blankets, toothbrush. This is the craziest thing I've seen.
That's me on the porch of a West Side Detroit home where brothers, now 12 and 16, were living outside in frigid December temps in 2024. The story sparked community outrage after learning the kids' parents live inside. Detroit Police Major Crimes and CPS launched an in-depth investigation.
They wanted to sleep out there. That's what they told neighbors. That's what they've told anybody who tried to help them.
The DPD investigation revealed parents struggling to handle the kids' serious, out-of-control behavioral issues, the oldest with an assault complaint against a family member.
They don't want them on the porch, but they are not going to fight and chance getting into a physical altercation with a 6'5", 220-pound 15-year-old.
Sources say the oldest brother's behavior is even worse, terrorizing their parents and teachers, and now posting this video.
Excuse me. Oh, that's another one. That's another one, Officer Harrison. That's on video. I love to see it.
We asked
So now that was his mom kicking at him. I don't care if my mother kicked me in the nards. I'm not going to blow her up. I'm not going to disrespect her. That's the difference between a lot of people that been raised by good parents and had good upbringings in situations where we can't understand situations like this. So when we see it going on, it's foreign to us. But yes, it does happen. It happens all over the world. This situation here is really bad because the mom is winding up getting arrested. She feels as if she has no control over these YNs, and you never know what the other side of it is, especially when it comes down to them getting criminal charges. A lot of times you get this happening with single parents and single parent homes. Let's watch on the 3 TVs. Okay, Google it. Okay, what else I got? You're right. Okay. And another thing, these kids cannot be controlled. Look, 230 something pounds, that big. What's the mother gonna do? He wants to go sleep on the porch. Go ahead and let him. Now she's just got irate and got peed off, and I guess she took a hit at him or swing at him. But still, that's not gonna hurt her. We see that this is probably. I look at this like this could be happening in more places. Why we have a lot of these children out here running around with the ski mask on and doing whatever they are uncontrollably. It definitely stems from situations like this.
PD about this video. They said in part the Detroit Police Department has thoroughly investigated the incident and found no injuries of child abuse. The mother was only detained to be transported to the precinct for questioning. All the allegations made from the children toward their parents have been unfounded. Historically, we have found that the 16-year-old has been the aggressor toward his parents and has reported the parents to be the aggressor.
Ain't that another one?
The theory is the kids are working together to get emancipated from their parents by using social media to discredit them.
No, I would let them. You ain't even got to worry about it. Go on and get emancipated. Let them do it. Emancipate their proclamation. Whatever they want, let them go. Y'all feel like y'all can make it happen? Kick a rock for a block with no socks. Go on and get up out of here. I'm going to let them go. Hey, I did as much as I could. Sorry to say. And a lot of people, like I said, when you're brought up in certain situations, it just goes down like that. What y'all got for me? The parents should have taught those kids better. There you go, Batty. Thank you for saying it for me, because so many people have beat me up for saying that. Thank you so much for saying that for me. Anybody else want to say smart, genius comments like that? I would love to read them. Say what I want to say, because y'all know they're going to beat me up if I say it. But Batty, thank you so much. What else we got over here? Release the files. Oh my God. I told you no matter what part we at this show, they're still talking about them Epstein files. That's why I gave you as much as I can. Then what you got over here says, Anthony says, poor mother. Then we got bow. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about that. And that's too much right there. So now we got to keep on going because we have so much. This is what we do. And we keep on doing it until the clip is through. If you guys appreciate the content, like I said before, double tap that screen, get those likes up. Yeah, we accept super chats, all types of stuff nowadays, Cash App, everything. We ain't playing. Keep on moving forward because now we got this popular Houston barber. Sad story right here. His name is Junebug. One of two who lost his life in a drive-by. Terrible story because this was a good person. This man would give kids haircuts if they weren't able to, have a haircut for back to school, graduation, job interview, no matter what. You can go in that barbershop and get a haircut. But now, Junebug is no longer with us, and the people around are really feeling it. Case in point, one of his buddies right here is going to be explaining what's going on with the tragic event, and you can hear it in his voice how much he loved his friend.
Violence outside of a Houston area nightclub has left 2 people dead, 5 injured, and a community in mourning.
The drive-by shooting happening overnight in Southeast Houston at a Bugs Bar, it's called, on Dixie Drive. One of the victims, Paul Stevenson, was a well-known Houston barber and owned the club where this shooting all happened. Our Fox 26's Leslie Dulles is live at Bugs Bar. And Leslie, you spoke with those who knew Stevenson. What all did they have to say?
Yeah, Caroline, I did. They're not only distraught that Stevenson is gone, Stevenson also known as Junebug, but they're also trying to wrap their heads around what exactly happened here. I want to step out and give you a look of what's left of this scene. There's still debris, broken glass, and bottles still here. Windows filled with bullet holes have also been boarded up by loved ones today as they wrap their heads around what happened. Now, police are still investigating, but 2 people were killed and 5 others were injured in a drive-by shooting outside Bugs Bar Bar. Now, according to police, the drive-by shooting occurred around 11:47 p.m. here on Dixie Drive. Police say a group of people were standing outside of Bugs Bar when someone in a vehicle opened fire. One person died at the scene and one other at the hospital. Police say the shooter or the shooters may have been in a gray or silver four-door sedan. As the investigation continues, a family and community are mourning the loss of one of the victims, Paul Stevenson, also known as Junebug, who's been a barber in the 3rd Ward area for over 30 years and was the owner of Something Serious Cuts, as well as Bugs Bar, where the shooting occurred. Take a listen to what his friend had to say about him.
I've been knowing Junebug for quite some time. I gave him his first opportunity as a barber. You know what I'm saying? We started off in 3rd Ward, Some Serious Cuts, back in 1993. Big pillar of the community. You know, everyone loved him. He'd give you the shirt off his back. He's really gonna be missed. He meant a lot to 3rd Ward because, like, the kids would come, if they didn't have money to get a haircut, he was there to give them a haircut. You know what I'm saying? When you needed the shoulder to lean on, he was there for you. Real big in the community, you know what I'm saying? If you're from 3rd Ward, you definitely know. This is like a brother to me, you know what I'm saying? We go way back, you know, this is like a brother to me. Tragic loss.
Now, coming up at 6, we spoke with the mother of a 19-year-old who was shot in the arm trying to get into the club here last night. Reporting in Southeast Houston, Leslie Dellis for Fox 26 News.
Violence outside of a Houston area.
Good people, good person, not just taking from the community, giving back, taking care of the kids, because of course we know we need a community to raise our kids, and look who tragically loses their life. The one that's good for the community, doing good things for everybody. We gotta stop, y'all, we gotta stop. And we must pray for his soul and hope that he gets entered in the kingdom of heaven, because if he's not an angel, for the way that he was representing himself, for what we know down here as being a good person and taking care of children, Lord, we ask you to accept his soul into heaven, and we ask you that for his family and his friends, like the man right there, to be stronger and to be able to get peace throughout this tragic time in their lives. I ask you this along with everybody here under the sound of my voice. Amen. Thank you so much, you guys, for praying with that, because that was a tragic and terrible situation. Terrible situation. People that's looking out for the community, looking out for the kids. They said that the kids would go there. They didn't have no money for a haircut. He cut their hair. Also found out about like people trying to get jobs and stuff like that. He'd cut their hair. That's not just somebody taking from the community. That's somebody giving back. And throughout his skill that he had, he was making money from it as well as helping. Come on, man. That's like having a restaurant and feeding the homeless. Full cycle. We need more people like that. And look who loses their life. Terrible, terrible, tragic event. Yeah, that's crazy, Casey's crazy. Look at Rebecca, everybody. Good person. Ain't nobody had nothing bad to say about this guy. We're going to keep on moving forward, because now we got to go to inside this family's move to self-deport from the United States. They basically going back to Mexico. And what do you guys think about this? Because basically they were here for a number of years. They were planning on staying, but ever since Trump became the president, this family decides, you know what? They're going back to Mexico. We're going to keep on moving forward, you guys. What do you guys think about this self-deportation situation? I think it's a family of 3 with 2 children. And yes, they decided to self-deport.
The Trump administration just took a major step to potentially lock up millions of undocumented immigrants. In a recent memo, the acting director of ICE told agents that immigrants who arrived in the U.S. illegally were no longer eligible for a bond hearing while they fight their deportations in court. In other words, those previously allowed to remain out on bond as their case made its way through the immigration system, a process that could take years, now must be taken into custody and remain there until they're deported. Tactics like these are leading some undocumented immigrants to self-deport and sometimes take the American citizens in their families with them. Here's CNN's Priscilla Alvarez with that story.
These are the main pictures from our house that we didn't want to just throw away.
Sasha Mendoza has the impossible task of packing up her family's life in Pittsburgh into a handful of suitcases.
It's really hard to tell a 4-year-old that they can't bring their toys or their stuffed animal. There's just not enough room. We can't put a stuffed animal and then have no pants. I've literally never felt anxiety the way that I have in the last few years here.
So you are saying bye to the U.S. for good?
For good, yeah. Yeah, for good.
Fearful of President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown, Sasha, her husband Julio, and their 3 kids are leaving behind the life they built together.
What are you the most excited for in Mexico?
The pool.
The pool?
And the beach.
The beach?
Julio is an undocumented immigrant from Mexico. Sasha and their 3 children are all U.S. citizens. They decided to make the move together only moments after Trump took office.
There was an executive order being signed, and that was her call for, said, like, what do you think about moving to Mexico? And I said, honestly, at this point, yeah, let's do it.
We're gonna move to Mexico.
We're gonna move to Mexico, not today. And with that, the family began to wind down their lives, sifting through keepsakes and moving out of their home.
Say bye to the house.
Bye. Miss you.
When you were dating, did your status as being undocumented come up at all?
And then our first date, we kind of like were mentioning it without mentioning it. And at one point, he ordered a drink and he asked for extra ice. And I said, no, we don't do ice here. And he was like,
So you see, the joke turned into something else, which is pretty bad. They made jokes about it. They knew that it could happen. And as you can see, they went to a lot of restaurants. I'm going there, y'all, because she is bigger than a bankroll made in by the biggest hustler you ever seen in your life. I'm talking about she's a biggin. She's a biggin. Wasn't missing no meals. So I know hopefully they don't miss any when they get to Mexico. And it's a sad situation and a turn of events. But as you guys can see, and I love the fact that they told the truth in this story. They understood what they were up against. They knew it in the beginning of their relationship. My question is, and you guys are going to tear me up for this, is when you knew 11 years ago, why didn't you try to do something about it? Why didn't you try to go about doing things the right way? And yes, I'm taking all hits coming off of that, but it just makes sense to me. Why don't we do these things legally? Then you start building a family, and then it gets to the point where now it's time to go back or go to where you're legally supposed to be at. And everyone is like, oh my God, feeling so sad. We got the violin coming out, feeling bad for everybody. Okay, Rebecca says, I was thinking the same thing, Bugatti. We was not getting past the girth. I'm sorry. We was not getting past the fact that she was not missing no meals. Anthony says she might lose weight. Natalie says, exactly, Bugatti. They don't do it the right way. They don't. Batty Lynn says 100% truth. I know you got, again, I know you're mad at me. Some people like Kit Rocks. He got so many years here to get legal status. Look at that liberty and justice. All the time, always on point. Always on point. And I appreciate you guys for always being on point and staying on topic when it makes sense to what we're talking about. You have children. You have a house. That means you made a lease. That means you had a job. That means all of that stuff, you had time to do all of that, and you couldn't go get your immigration status right. Was there something there that possibly was going to hinder you in the first place? Should people like this be able to, I'm going to just say it, take advantage of the United States and fly up under the radar? What do you guys think? We always do this. We do this every single day. Do your boy a favor. Double tap that screen and get those likes up if y'all appreciate the content that y'all getting now, because this is our bottom line. And if y'all trying to make some money, 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 all you got to do is go to that link in the description, because today we up until 5 on it. $550 worth of surveys. You'll make some money and I'll make some money too. Also, I don't know if you're a mobile detailer. You could be a barber. I don't know what your business is, but over here we like to help each other because we almost up to 40,000 subscribers. So if you send us your promotion in a 1080 by 1080 square, we're going to put it up in our post area and everybody's going to be able to see it, and maybe you'll make some money, 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 money. And again, you guys, y'all know where I'm going to be at on the 26th of this month. We're going to be up in Throg's Neck doing the Show Your Talent search. That's the talent search where you could make $250. You got to be a resident of the Bronx. We're doing all 5 boroughs. So yes, we're coming to the Bronx, and if you got talent, I want to see it. Pull up to Hutchinson liquor store up at the Throgs Neck liquor store right before the Hutchinson Parkway Bridge. That's the biggest store right there in the Metroplex. You cannot miss it. It's in the Bronx. If you got talent, I want to see it. I want you guys to come up there, show me your talent. I don't know what you do, a singer, a dancer, a chef. Whatever your talent is, we want to see it, and you can make $250. That's right. We've already started this. We did Queens. Now we're heading over to the Bronx. So if you live in the Bronx, go look at the link in the description or go over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com, and join the mailing list. Got to be 21 and older. Once you join the mailing list, that's when you're going to be able to be a part of the Show Your Talent search. We're going to email you, let you know the location, and boom, you could possibly win $250. How do I know? Because I'm going to be the host, and it's sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. That's why I keep telling you guys to go on over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com, and sign up for the talent show. After this, we're going to be going to Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy. We're coming out to Brooklyn. After that, we're going to Staten Island. We're going to do every single borough because we want to see your talent, and we want to get you guys that dough until we finalize and do that $1,000 giveaway in Manhattan. And with that being said, you guys, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that we ain't even going to do that. Drink some water. Take care of yourself. You made it to Friday. That don't mean that you can't make it to Monday. Let's not live for the weekend. Let's live for longevity. Don't worry about the weekend because there's more to come if you got to take care of your business. Sometimes you got to fall back, polish up that stone so you can be able to be here for a bunch of Fridays. That's how we think about it. The long way around here. So we want to live long and we want to prosper, you guys. So I want y'all to stay healthy, drink some water, pray up, and thank God for the fact that he wakes us up every single day to be able to deal with problems. Problems, they're really bad, but guess what they do over here? They present opportunities. They reveal themselves. So look at a problem like that instead of the negative way. Look at it like, hey, you done told your hand. Now, all I got to do is get to the solution, and God gave me the strength and the wherewithal to do that. So with that being said, you guys, y'all already know what I'm going to say, right? It's Friday, and we here tomorrow. We here Sunday. We here Monday. We here every single day. This is our bottom line. I'm your host, BOOGOTTINYC, and y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, that's right, Saturday morning, I will be here 6 o'clock. Y'all know what's going on, right? Y'all know what's good. See you guys tomorrow. Get 'em! One. Peace.